船長、大丈夫？
Hey my dear pirates, you are on channel Straw Hats One Piece Theories, and in today's video we're going to talk about the former pirate king, Gol D. Roger, and his deadly disease. One Piece begins precisely with Roger's words about his treasure that is on the last island of the Grand Line. His speech before death served as a spark that ignited the hearts of many people who sought fame, power, but also freedom. But after many years we learn that Roger was not captured by the Navy, he surrendered. And just like Whitebeard, Roger also had his death decreed before he even turned himself in. That's right folks, Roger had a deadly disease. But what disease was this? Why do such powerful characters, like Roger and Whitebeard, contract these terminal illnesses? Is it something the world government created? Or is it due to overuse of haki? Will Luffy have the same fate as Roger and Whitebeard and end up sick at the end of One Piece? Well, we're going to analyze all this in today's video. So if you want to be a pirate king like me and achieve eternal glory, go ahead and press the like button with all the power of your devil fruit. And if you're new here my dear sailor, already subscribe to the channel and don't forget to activate the notifications bell so you don't miss any new video, okay? Then join this crew that will dominate the entire Grand Line and the New World. Now without further ado let's get to this epic video. And well my dear pirate, Gol D. Roger, also known as the Pirate King, was a legendary figure in the One Piece world. His story is full of adventures and epic battles, but it is also marked by a mysterious illness that led to his death. Gol D. Roger's illness began to manifest itself in his last years of life. At first, he tried to ignore it, but it soon became clear that it was something very serious. His doctors were unable to identify the cause of the illness, and all the treatments they tried were in vain. As the illness worsened, Roger's crew became increasingly concerned. They knew he didn't have much time left and that they needed to find a way to fulfill their captain's last wish, to find One Piece and become the Pirate King. Roger knew his life was coming to an end, but he still had a sense of humor. He told jokes to his crew and gave advice to his closest friends. He also started talking about the future, saying that the world would drastically change after he died. And when he finally found the One Piece together with his crew, Roger was able to end his incredible journey. After all, he was now known as the Pirate King. So, with his illness getting worse, Roger decided to turn himself into the Navy, all with one idea in mind: inspiring the next generation. And he did. Roger made many young people coveted for his treasure but also for his ideals of freedom, so he gave himself up. He already knew he would die in a short time, so he gave the world hope. But while many saw that moment as a glorious moment, many were sad. After all, Roger was still young and had a lot ahead of him. He could make a lot of difference in this world if he stayed alive, so even giving hope to the world, death of Roger was too impactful to the point of leaving many people afraid of a future without the king of the pirates who left them due to an illness. And because of that, many people asked themselves, after all, what was Roger's illness? How could someone so powerful and resilient become so fragile in this way? Is it the same disease that affected Whitebeard? Was it the overuse of haki that made Roger sick? Well, the simplest answer to these questions is that Oda needed to create a feasible reason to remove someone as powerful as Roger from history. After all, Roger was too powerful to simply lose in a fight. This incurable disease resource has been used, and is still used, by many mangakas, movie screenwriters, and book writers from all over the world. It's an easier way to explain how an extremely powerful character ended up losing a fight or dying in a way that seemed impossible without having to invent something very complex. This resource even works in the case of Whitebeard, who after Roger was known as the strongest man in the world. So to defeat someone so powerful, the creator of the work needs to create a context where this character weakens so that he can be overcome. However, from time to time, they began to theorize about the responsibility for Roger's illness being the use of haki, or even something like the Sea of One Piece, where the world government made some changes to affect those who use haki. Well, I tend not to believe it. This would completely go against the concept of Haki that was created by Oda, which is the exposure in the form of energy or aura of its user's will. Yes, the excessive use of Haki causes fatigue, but that doesn't mean that it can hurt its user. Now if we talk about devil fruits, then yes, I believe that the world government may have something to do with it, even more thinking about the mysterious figure of Im-sama. We know that devil fruit users cannot fall into the sea, otherwise they die, because in exchange for the power that the fruit grants them they lose the ability to swim or control their own body in the sea. I have an even more grounded theory than because it happens, but I bring it up in another video. But anyway, if the theory about Im-sama being the force that created devil fruits, or if this entity controls power in the seas, well, that could be a possible answer to the illness of those who possess a devil fruit. But that still wouldn't explain why only some characters get sick and others don't. This could be linked to the type of devil fruit or even the user's power level. Now about Roger's illness, if it really has anything to do with his Haki, it would be something more intrinsic to him and not something that applies to everyone. After all, we have Shanks, who has a very powerful Haki and has not shown any kind of illness. Of course, Shanks is still young in this, so to speak. Haki disease can only start to take effect in his 50s of age, which is when people are starting to enter the third age phase. In any case, I still believe that devil fruit has an even greater potential to make someone sick than Haki. We have Luffy himself as an example, but I'll talk about that in tomorrow's video. But now I want to know your opinion about everything we commented here today. Do you believe that there is any possibility that Roger or even Whitebeard got sick because of his Haki? Or does this disease have something to do with the world of One Piece, be it the sea itself or perhaps the world government? But of course, if you made it this far, it's because you like the content, so it doesn't hurt to subscribe to our channel and become one more member of our fleet, my dear sailor. And of course, do not forget to press the like button, that helps a lot in spreading the video and the channel, so help us to become the largest fleet of pirates here on YouTube, okay? A big hug for everyone, and until the next video.